TRE is trauma and tension release exercises. And we all have parts of the body that are frozen or that are separated or unable to release in ways that keep the body or the whole organism unified. When we experience stress, there is a reaction in the body, and frequently, because of the egocentric society that Westerners in general are raised in, we are conditioned to continually contain how it is that we release our experience with stress, trauma, or the environment. The resiliency is what allows for the nervous system to downregulate. TRE is all about releasing stored stress and tension.
So when you say resiliency, define that, because a lot of people have a misunderstanding about what resiliency is, and when you speak about organism, a lot of people don't understand the difference between identifying our bodies as an organism as identifying our body as a human body or human being.
Fantastic question. So first I'm going to kind of speak in terms of the martial art conception and then in relation to the TRE. If I'm standing and I start to experience some stress, whether it's there or whether it's something that I'm perceiving or thinking of from the past or imagining from the future, generally the first thing that happens is my breathing becomes more shallow. As my breathing becomes more shallow, it's a natural circumstance that the shoulders start to rotate forward just a little bit. You might not even notice the change in my posture. As that takes place, my hips rotate, and my weight now is actually settled slightly, but in my heels. So as I am experiencing this stress and the relationship of the way that my joints would naturally stack has changed, I actually can't lift my legs. I've locked myself out of my body. Now, if I can release that, I can use my body in a natural way. When stress occurs, or the perception of stress occurs, and this could be in the martial art, this could be in relation to normal circumstances of us working with the environment or with people, usually when the body is not unified, when we are not working as a single organism, then as the breath becomes compressed, sometimes the shoulders will start to focus in one way, the hips will focus in another way, and I still have this conception of what it is that may be taking place in front of me. So now it's like I'm several different people, parts of my body going in different directions. All of those splintered pieces of me are actually making me less capable of either protecting myself, making a decision as an action rather than a reaction, or being able to leave a set of circumstances. So when I talk about the body as a unified organism, it's really allowing the whole body to be in communication with itself.
So when I really realized that the stress didn't harm me, but it made me stronger, now with the opportunity to discipline TRE to start, you know, how you was talking about sandblasting the floor, it allows us to take each layer up. Yes. Without re-traumatizing the body, but actually making my body, mind, my whole organism stronger, because now I'm not seeing it from an egocentric model or from a Western civilization model, you know, and it's more comforting.
Yes, you know, yes, absolutely.
And I'm not taking those.
Yes, absolutely. In some ways, it's kind of like the space that we have to be able to interact, even if we think about it in relation to the mind. When the body is more relaxed and more resilient, if we think of it as you know, since everything is contained, I am who I am, or each organism is each organism. If we think about the space in the organism as like cabinets, the stress that we're holding on to are things in the cabinet. And they have different sizes. And as we're able to release those, we're taking those things out of the cabinets. So TRE will not make you 3 inches taller. We're not going to add extra cabinets. But by taking out or releasing the stress in the body, we are taking out from the cabinets things that have been taking up the space. So then actually we have all of that extra room. And with that room, it often gives us the opportunity to, in stressful circumstances, act rather than react, or because we've put down some of the patterns that we've been holding on to, then we just have the space because we're not holding on to those patterns.
So can I ask you a question? Does this help with individuals who might have problems, face problems, just violent problems? You know, we got this big thing about gun violence nowadays. Is that coming out of our stations not being appropriately balanced because the environment around us and people in society are not in harmony?
I believe so, because it begins with feeling where we are in our bodies, where we are in ourselves, whether it's in relation to TRE or DITORU. We can't actually feel where our partner is or opponent or training partner is in their body until we can feel where we are in our own body. And so in that way, compassion is the perfect example. If I cannot be truly compassionate towards myself, then it becomes more challenging for me to be more compassionate towards somebody else.
Right.
And that kind of facilitated understanding of humanity is really in need of support.